Hi everyone, I'm Apollonia Ponte. I am your dating and relationship coach for you men to master your attraction skills, build the confidence overall to attract that woman that you desire. And in today's video, we are going to talk about how to meet women. And I'm so happy because I have a special guest with me and his name is Dan Silverman. Hi Dan.
At your service.
Thanks Dan. Dan is actually located in the Miami area too. And he is also a matchmaker and he has a lot of experience in the pickup industry as well. And that's why I wanted him to be on this video with me so we can talk about this how to meet women subject.
How to meet more women,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So in this video, we're going to kind of like just dive in on different places where typically men meet women, and then also how to really start a conversation, good ways to start that conversation to take that that anxiety or the insecurities away. So let's start. Like one would be online dating, right? How to meet women?
All right. Well, that's one method, and that's the method that a lot of people are utilizing these days. Online dating, it just makes it so easy to be able to send messages. But remember that because of that, every other guy, especially guys that would never even go out in the first place, are also on there sending messages. So women are getting bombarded, and you really have to do a lot to stand out online. There's also much more of an emphasis on photos. So if you're not very, like you're a pretty average looking guy, you're gonna have a lot more difficulty if you're not buying boosts. So that's what makes it a little more difficult. If you're doing online dating, you need to make sure you have really good photos and a fun little profile and get good at sending messages.
Exactly. I talk about that in my how to get results online or online dating results for men online. And I talk about that. Like you have to invest in photos. And a lot of times I see it takes a lot of time too, right? I say I'm an online advocate, but I'm also an advocate for just really naturally approaching women and getting to know them and going to different events and getting to know women that way. Because there's a lot of time, there's good potential of men online, but the photos that they take don't show it, right? And then also you have less than 3 seconds to impress a woman in the middle of a swipe or whatever. And then lastly, what a lot of men do typically when they go online is they start to get frustrated and angry because they're not getting matches. And there's such a big community of people online that some of those people haven't even logged on days, or they probably saw you and forgot and put their phone down because they were busy. So you can't really seek a lot online, because then if you do, you're gonna get angry. Yeah. Have you seen that?
No, I do see that, but you'll find that when you're in different places, like say you swipe here in Miami, I mean, if you're not a really good-looking guy, it's going to be very difficult. But if you start swiping in Moscow, Russia, and you say you're an American and you're looking to find a wife or something like that, you're going to get swipes like crazy from 9s and 10s or whatever you consider that to be. So it really depends on the territory. Maybe a small town you might do much better, especially if you're like much better dressed. So it all depends on the territory that you're in. But the thing is that I think that online dating should be used as a supplement and not as like the main thing that you do.
Exactly.
It's a great supplement to have, but don't rely on it. The reason why I also advocate meeting in person is because it allows your personality to shine, and chemistry really happens when you're in person. And if you're using online dating, you have a certain limit to how attractive you'll get, at least in my opinion. Whereas if you're in person and you can use your personality, you can get people who are way more better looking than you are, and you have a chance to actually stand out because of your personality. Plus, there's less competition. Fewer guys are doing it.
Fewer guys are doing the approach.
Right, fewer guys are doing the approach. That makes you stand out a lot more, especially when you can do the approach as well.
I like that. You're excellent at meeting women. I mean, we went out to lunch the other day and we're always talking about, oh, I met 4 girls, I met 5 girls, blah, blah, blah.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
Sorry, Dan, but you know, hey ladies, if you want him, you gotta work for him. But anyways.
I don't know what she's talking about. I'm really innocent. I don't date at all whatsoever.
See, we're teaching you something right here. This is a great response, okay? This is when you're on a date with a girl and she's trying to, now we're going into a little bit of escalation, but you know when you're on a date with a girl and she's like, you must be a player or something, and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're not validating her question, but you're also still leaving it questionable for her because you want to be of a man of desire or status or whatever the case may be. But now we're getting off topic.
Yeah,
let's talk about approaching women.
Anyway, because I don't go on dates. So I guess I agree with you. All right, so yeah, approaching women, right?
Yeah.
All right, so when you're doing approaches, if there's my favorite way, especially if you're looking for a girlfriend or someone you want to see on a regular basis, I really like daytime approaches. I believe it takes a lot less It takes a lot less energy to do that. In a nightclub or in a bar, you're having to talk to our friends. You have to be high energy because everybody's drinking, which is fine. For extroverts, that's great. You're gonna shine because you'll be in groups. But when it's daytime, you'll find yourself in one-on-one conversations. If you're a shy introvert, or you're somebody that doesn't like to be in big groups, daytime's the best because they'll be by themselves. And you don't need as much energy, because if you're too loud in a daytime environment, that's just really weird. You can be really calm and kind of chill and relax, and it's more of a slow-paced interaction.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, so like as an introvert going to do things during the day. I mean, there's meetup.com, there's search events in your local area, there's festivals, music festivals.
Yeah.
You know, even you can do classes like salsa dancing, swing classes.
I would consider that social circles, though.
Yeah.
That's where you know you're going to see the person over and over again in a daytime setting. You're never going to see them again unless you make a strong move. Whereas in a social circle, you don't want to make strong moves, actually, because you'll start to develop the reputation of, oh, this is the guy that's hitting on everybody.
Yeah.
But I think that social circles are really important, particularly if you don't have enough friends or you have no female friends at all. You should be doing social circles like what she suggested with meetup or dance classes, so that you can make some new friends and you can take those female friends with you when you're out, because there's nothing that makes approaching easier and getting women to open up easier than if you have a really pretty woman next to you.
Exactly, yeah. So how about how to meet women for an extrovert, but he's suffering. He gets women, but he's suffering from finding like the right woman. Like he wants like a good, like independent, like healthy woman. What would you suggest on how to meet women for that type of guy?
I highly recommend doing more of like the higher end cultural events. So if there's like maybe an art screen, like an art viewing, or something that has to do with something that's a little bit more sophisticated than getting drunk off your ass. You know, if you're an extrovert, you're probably going out to nightclubs and bars a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that, but the chances of finding someone who wants to like settle down and be in a relationship is a lot lower. And I'm not judging people who go out, it's just that you're gonna find more party people who go out. People who really like to party, who go out regularly, they're generally not looking for a relationship. Some are, you may be able to find that, but I think it's just much more efficient to go somewhere where you're gonna find women that not only have something in common with you, but are also looking for something that you want, you know, looking for the same thing you want.
Exactly, yeah, I like CrossFit, even like sometimes Soul Cycle. A lot of women, good looking women go to Soul Cycle. If you're in a city that has Soul Cycle, that's a good one to do, you know. And if we're an extrovert too, because it's music, it's kind of like you're in a club environment, but it's also a healthy environment, and getting into those environments of like the healthy routine, maybe yoga or maybe like beach yoga like they have here, a little bit of things like that, and look into those type of activities. Another thing that you mentioned, and I want to be really clear with men, because as a woman, I'm very strong about this. There's nothing attractive about a man that is completely wasted and has drank too much and is trying to approach me and is just sloppy. I think it's okay to be a little tipsy and have a drink here and there, but there's a guy that stands out to a woman when he is the sober one, or is somewhat the sober one, and is not to an extreme, very drunk or anything, and trying to attract me. Because then as a drunk guy, I'm thinking, gosh, he probably is just hitting on everybody, or like, what is so special about him? And like, God, he can't even handle his alcohol. There's so much that goes into our head. And yeah, I'm being probably a little bit judgmental as a woman, but I'm giving you the honest truth, because if we're looking at me, high quality woman, looking for a relationship with a man, that's not the first thing we're gonna go to or give an opportunity to. So I think it's really important to also, one, like just be aware of your surroundings, and also limit yourself. If you're someone that tends to get heavily drunk just to meet women or approach women, it's not always a good outcome, I don't believe.
If you're an extrovert as well, don't be afraid to host events.
Yeah.
So if you're starting to attend meetups, or you're starting to do all these like festivals, like grab numbers of people that are influencers in that and organize with them. Being an organizer or being the head of something, that allows women to come to start to meet you and see you and notice you, and they'll start giving you signals, which makes it so much easier than if you're one of the followers of the group.
Yeah. I like that you said that. So we're also going to do a video about like the structure in regards to meeting women and approaching women. I'm going to put it up here on the card so you guys can watch that after this, because we kind of give you the breakdown of really how to do this in different situations, different environments and things like that. And I hope in this video you got some really good tips on how to meet women, because our goal for you is not to just watch this video and then, okay, be like, all right, I'm not going to do anything about it. Our goal for you is to create this video, and then this weekend, or you start planning, how are you going to meet women now? I want to hear it in the comments. Like, if you are a single guy that's really trying to better himself and conquer women, either if you just want to sleep with women and get good with women, or actually cultivate a relationship, how are you going to do that? Tell me below in the comments, because I would love to hear from you. And any last words from for our viewers, Dan?
Yeah, I do have something.
Sure.
If you know the kind of woman that you're looking for, it shouldn't be difficult to be able to figure out where they are. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're probably going to wind up with what you're not looking for. So figure out what kind of woman do you want in your life, what is it that you're looking for, and then figure out where these women are going to be at, and go to those places to meet them. It's very logical. It's not difficult to figure that out.
Yeah, I like that you shared that. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.